Rudy Tomjanovich, a 29-year-old all-star forward for the Rockets, was also running towards the players gathered around Washington and Cunard in an attempt to break up the fight, just like Jabbar. Kermit saw Tomjanovich running towards him. Thinking
Boom!
it was a devastating blow.
Damn, they throwing haymakers in LA. Good God. Longest player suspensions in NBA history. Groovy tapping in. Welcome back to another vid. I'm curious to see what dumbasses in this video is gonna jeopardize their whole career in millions of dollars for whatever reason, bro. I'm trying to figure out who's the dumbass in this video. Because if I'm in the NBA, bro, I'm just hooping, bro. I'm living out my dream. I'm locked in. I'm not finna do anything to jeopardize these millions and fumble the bag. In the comments down below, man, y'all let me know who the biggest idiot in this video. All right, before we get into it, like the video, comment down below any videos y'all want me to react to next, and last but not least, sub up. Let's hop into it.
The National Basketball Association is one of the most popular leagues in the world, and its stars are globally popular. To make the league more marketable and make the most dollars, the NBA has a strict policy dealing with problems that would impact the popularity of the game. However, there were instances where the NBA players didn't abide by the rules, and they are the topic of this video, as we're going to reveal which are the longest NBA suspensions of all time.
Let's go, man.
Performance-enhancing drug suspensions. 25 games, 4 players. A game based on athleticism, jumping ability, and endurance. There have been rare cases of steroid use. Of course, the NBA has a very light policy towards checking for steroids.
Wow.
They have only started testing for certain drugs, such as HGH, just a couple of years ago.
HGH?
We're not making
What
any
is that?
accusations or assumptions. We're just saying it. Still, despite such light testing, Hedo Turkoglu was one of the first players in the modern era
Hedo
to fail the
Turkoglu?
drug test due to performance-enhancing drugs. He got tested for methanolone and got suspended for 20 games. Before
Methanolone?
the Turk failed his drug test.
What is that?
Other anti-drug suspensions were usually reserved for cocaine and marijuana. After him, Nick Calathis also got 20 games for tamoxifen, which he said he used to prevent hair loss. If we look at Nick's hair loss, we can totally understand and approve the use of the drug. Joakim
He
Noah
said hair
got
loss.
the same suspension a couple of years later, while he was a member of the Knicks, where he got $18 million per year for not playing. In Noah's words, New York was too lit for him, and he was too lit for New York. And we can say that we understand why he failed a drug test as well.
Damn, he wasn't locked in.
PED use from 20 to 25 games.
PED
Both
use.
DeAndre Ayton and John Collins served a 25-game suspension
No.
for failed drug tests in the current 19-20 NBA season.
What does PED
Ayton
do
used
to
a
you?
prohibited diuretic, while Collins got the penalty for a growth hormone stimulant. Jody Meeks and Wilson Chandler both received the same suspension for similar violations in 2018 and 2019. As we mentioned before, the NBA had extremely light drug testing, and it's not surprising that the majority of the PED suspensions were handed in the last couple of years.
Damn.
Good old days when Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes were only tested once a year and could smoke weed before every game.
Ooh.
Kermit Washington, one-punch KO,
Smoking weed?
26-game suspension. If Kermit Washington wasn't a basketball player, he could have made a career in boxing. He
Damn.
proved this on the night of
Boom.
December 9th, 1977, when a fight broke out between him and the Rockets' Kevin Cunard.
Damn, he rock buddy. Oh my God, he connected right in the nose, bro. God damn, and he got a 26-game suspension?
Basketball player.
He
could have made a
deserved that.
career in boxing. He proved this
Boo!
on the night of December 9th, 1977,
Ooh.
when a fight broke out between him and the Rockets.
I know he was leaking.
Those two got tangled up and exchanged punches in the middle of the court, and that wouldn't have been so bad if it ended there. Once the original fight began, several other players rushed over to intervene, one of them being Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a teammate of Washington. Rudy Tomjanovich, a 29-year-old all-star forward for the Rockets, was also running towards the players gathered around Washington and Cunard in an attempt to break up the fight, just like Jabbar. Kermit saw Tomjanovich running towards him. Thinking
Boom!
it was a devastating blow.
Damn, they throwing haymakers in LA. Good God. bro. Oh, bro, this is crazy.
break up the fight, just like Jabbar.
Damn.
Tomjanovich running towards him. And thinking
Boom.
that he intended to fight him,
Ooh.
he struck first. It was a devastating.
He should have
blow
played
to
boxing, bro.
6'8", 240-pound forward, and the impact was double
Oh my
because Tomjanovich
God.
ran full speed into the punch. He fell down, and a puddle of blood began spreading on the court,
Wow.
revealing the severity of the situation. Jabbar later described the sound of the punch similar to a watermelon falling onto the concrete. Tomjanovich was able to
Ooh.
walk around after the punch and even confronted Washington verbally after the game before he got sent to the hospital by team officials. When he got there,
Damn.
he heard an ugly
Oh
truth.
my
His nose and jaw were
God.
broken. His face was fractured about 1/3 of an inch away from his skull. Spinal
Damn.
fluid leaking into his skull capsule.
Messed him
He was
up.
lucky to be walking and lucky to be alive.
Bro. Oh
It took
my
5
God.
months to get back to the court, but he made a full recovery. On the other hand,
That's bad.
Washington served a 26-game suspension.
26
It was
games?
the longest suspension after an in-game incident at the time.
Wow.
Guns N' Roses.
They should have suspended him for a year.
Gilbert Arenas and Javaris Crittenton, total of 88 games. Bang, bang, he shot me down. Bang, bang. Unlike the other suspensions on this list, the third biggest suspension of all time wasn't at all related to basketball. Gilbert Arenas was among many NBA players who like to gamble on planes.
Okay.
Specifically a card game called Boo-Ray. It's the most popular card game amongst NBA players to this day, and a game that caused thousands of dollars, Rolexes, and Rolls Royces exchange owners. All during the
No.
course of an NBA team flight. Gilbert Arenas got suspended 50 games for carrying 4 guns into the NBA locker room. Part
Damn.
of a calling your bluff move to Javaris Crittenton.
Oh my
A
God.
couple of days earlier, Crittenton threatened to shoot Arenas over a game of Boo-Ray.
Uh-oh.
Good teammate that he was, Arenas brought 4 guns to Crittenton, and he could, in fact, shoot him. No big
Damn.
joke to Arenas.
Gil wasn't
Crittenton had a
playing.
loaded gun of his own in the locker room, and suddenly, the situation wasn't as funny as it seemed at first.
No.
Other players scattered this gun drawing scene, and the word got out that there are guns in the NBA locker room. It was a
Wow.
big no-no in the eyes of holier-than-thou NBA.
Damn, he was
that
not
David
playing
Stern
over
was
that
trying to
game.
create and portray. He suspended both Arenas and Crittenton till the end of the season. Arenas later appealed and managed to reduce the suspension.
Somebody had to
to
get
15
traded,
games.
bro.
Crittenton's suspension ended up at 38 games, as the Wizards released him following the suspension.
Facts.
And he never played a minute in the NBA again.
Damn, cost him his career.
Sprewell choking incident, 68 games.
68 games.
Latrell Sprewell was one of the most physically gifted NBA players of the 90s, and NBA fans remember him for being a defensive ace that brought the New York Knicks on the brink of a title in 1999.
Okay.
However, he is also known for some other reasons, most notably for turning down a $21 million 3-year contract extension with the explanation that his kids have to eat. And that's not the
No.
type of money that will do the trick.
No.
The other thing Sprewell is famous for
Got
got
too
him
greedy.
suspended for 68 games.
What happened?
It all happened in 1997, while Sprewell was a member of the Golden State Warriors, a team that drafted him and saw him become a 3-time All-Star and a first-team All-NBA member in 1994.
Okay.
He was undoubtedly the star of the team, and when coach P.J. Carlesimo asked him to pass the ball better during practice,
Uh-oh.
Sprewell was in no mood and brushed him off. Carlesimo continued with criticism and approached his player, and then something in Sprewell snapped, and he went mad. He
Uh-oh.
threatened to kill Carlesimo. and would maybe
Damn.
succeed in doing so if there weren't other people around.
Oh,
Sprewell
no.
put his hands onto the coach's neck.
Damn.
And choked him for about 10 seconds, and dragged him over the court like a rag doll before others thankfully intervened.
Bro, you can't put your hands on a
The
coach.
reporters who cover the team asked Carlesimo after practice about the apparent marks on his neck, to which he replied, no comment. The NBA sniffed out the truth
That's
about the incident.
crazy, bro.
Latrell was subsequently suspended for 82 games without pay. Later got reduced to 68.
Damn.
He was never the same player.
Bro,
after
you
that.
tripping.
Malice at the Palace.
Why would you do
players,
that?
131 games total suspensions.
Damn.
Before Ron Artest
Hold
changed
up.
his name to Meta World Peace, he was anything but world peace. As soon as he got to the league,
Da-
Artest established himself
Oh
as a
my
physical player
God.
with a short temper. and he was a prototype of a 90s style of basketball.
The hell?
No backing down, competitive, physical, and sometimes violent. In 2004, Artest won the Defensive Player of the Year award. However, his Indiana Pacers fell in Eastern Conference Finals to the later champions Detroit Pistons. When the two teams met again next season, it was a chance for Indiana to get their revenge.
Oh.
The game was circled on their calendars, and they played fantastic, with Artest leading the way to a 15-point lead with less than 1 minute left on the clock.
Okay.
Detroit's Ben Wallace attempted to score near the basket in what should have been one of the final possessions. Artest fouled him extra hard and pushed to the ground.
Uh-oh.
Wallace retaliated, and a scuffle ensued with all the players trying to break up the fight between them. It wasn't looking good, but these pushing and shoving matches happen from time to time, and they are soon over without much consequence. But not on this occasion. While Artest was trying to calm himself down,
He landed on the scoreboard.
Still infuriated, Wallace threw a cup at Artest from a distance, which served as an example for Pistons fans who started throwing stuff at Artest as well.
No.
John Green was really accurate with his Diet Coke that night. He threw a cup at Artest, which hit him right in the chest. Artest completely lost his mind and went to the stands.
Look at, hold on, look at Steven Jackson. Hold on.
Went to the stands to get his
boom.
revenge.
Ooh.
Soon enough, Steven Jackson and Jermaine O'Neal were in the stands as well.
Look.
Trying to help out Artest.
Damn.
A minor skirmish.
They in those stands with it.
Ended up being a complete scandal.
This is crazy, bro. I ain't never seen nothing like this, bro.
When he got back on the court, another fan confronted Artest.
Damn.
Ultimately being escorted from the arena. Many cups,
damn.
Multiple other objects thrown at him and other Pacers players.
Nah, this is
crazy. One of the ugliest
crazy.
scenes in basketball history.
Facts.
And a game that produced the biggest suspension in league history. Artest got suspended for 86 games.
Wow.
Jackson got 30, and O'Neal 25, which later got reduced to 15. They cumulatively lost over $11 million in salary.
Damn, fumbled a
This was
bag.
the ugliest on-court incident ever in the NBA. In a night that will forever be called Malice at the Palace. Banned players.
Crazy. Banned is crazy.
Other than suspensions, there have also been players who served multi-year bans.
How the hell you get banned?
And had to be reinstated in order to play again.
Let's see.
Tyreek Evans is the most recent example of that. He got a 2-year ban on May 17th, 2019. He was banned for violating the league's anti-drug policy regarding drug abuse, and will be eligible to apply for reinstatement in 2021.
You can't stop taking the drugs.
O.J. Mayo got the exact same penalty back in 2016. Mayo was one of the best players of his generation, and he got drafted by the Timberwolves with the 3rd pick in the 2008 NBA draft. He did have a promising start to his career, averaging 18.5 points and establishing himself as a
O.J.
great
Mayo, that's
three-point
crazy.
shooter. Unfortunately, his rookie year was also his best year. And even though he was a serviceable player, he never fulfilled the potential that got him picked so high in the draft.
That's
And
crazy.
just when the NBA was in the middle of a three-point revolution, which would greatly serve Mayo's skills in the prime of his physical abilities, he also got suspended by the league for drug abuse. He
Again?
was eligible to apply for reinstatement in 2018, but never did. Chris Anderson, aka Birdman, got the same penalty in 2006 and was reinstated in 2008, and later helped Miami Heat win a championship.
That's
in
crazy,
2013.
bro.
Other than Birdman, Mayo, and Evans, 6 more players received multi-year bans from the league for drug abuse.
For real?
Which are the longest suspensions ever handed by the NBA.
Longest player suspensions in NBA history, man. I don't know why some of these players can't put the drugs down and just go out there and hoop sober. Y'all let me know what it is, man. I don't get it. I will never fumble millions of dollars like that, bro. If I gotta follow some guidelines, that's what I'm gonna do. I am not fumbling the bag. Some of these players don't care, and it's sad, man. But damn, bro, the Malice at the Palace was crazy. The Gilbert Arenas story was crazy too. Them boys brought straps to the locker room, and then that guy in LA that was throwing haymakers. He got a 26-game suspension, man. That's crazy, bro. Like, he rocked, buddy. Left his face fractured and everything, bro. That's a crazy story right there, man. But if you like the reaction, man, hit the like button, man. Comment down below any videos y'all want me to check out next. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel if you new. Groovy signing out. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.